So today's call, the goal here is to make these calls as valuable as possible for all of us. The downside or upside, depending how you look at it, to some of these calls, a lot of the things we say, we're repeating. And that's just like your business. We're trying to be super consistent with information. And that means doing the same thing, saying the same thing, and just being very consistent in what you do over and over and over. The topic of today's call is making diamonds from coal. And the reason that I've come up with that is think about where diamonds come from. They come out of piles of coal, essentially. I mean, there's obviously a mechanical process that makes the diamond, but in our business, we're all digging through lots of coal to find that one special diamond. And we're digging, and we're getting filthy, and we get out of the coal, and we're covered in filth, and we say, oh my God, I hate this business. I'm filthy, and I can't find a single diamond. I'm going to have a shower, I'm going to quit the business, and no more looking for diamonds. The reality is, in every pile of coal, there is a diamond. And you need to find it. So that's kind of our focus. And think about that when you're out prospecting, when you're out working, when you're out trying to find clients and new friends and connections. What are you doing to find the diamonds? Are you patient or do you want it today? This business is about patience and consistency. And that's the most important thing for all of us, is in the back of your mind, no matter what's happening, patience. It will come. If you put in the hard work, it will come. I've probably told each of you that same sentence 50 times, but I need to repeat it, that real estate is one of the few businesses that totally rewards hard work. And, in this business, we all kind of get caught up in the why some people get it so quickly and others don't. What about that individual person has made them in the first year do 4, 5, or 6 deals, while some of us sit on the sidelines and don't have any business? What's the big difference there? And it's back to about you. The difference between all of us as humans, what's the difference? The why. So it comes back to you as an individual wanting to be the CEO of your own business. Are you doing everything you can every single day to make you a better person and to run a better business? So it's really about, the why are you doing all this? Are you learning every day? Are you finding new ways to be better? And that's on all fronts. It could be your health. It could be taking classes in poetry and writing. Whatever you want to do to be a better, happier person. The more happy you are, the more attractive you will be. And this business is 100% about being attractive. All of you are attractive people physically. There's not one of you who has, half a leg and no face. So the way you look isn't an issue. But being attractive is also an interior component. It comes from inside of you. So when you're talking to people and meeting people, you need to be attractive. You need to learn to be attractive. You need to learn to, hide anything that's kind of dour or down and find ways to bring out the best in other people. So with that said, don't look for what's wrong in people. Don't look for mistakes and where the mistakes happened. Look to you on the inside. What is special about you? That's what we're trying to get to here, is the specialness about you as an individual. With thousands and thousands of real estate agents, and we've talked about this 1,000 times, with thousands of agents around, how do you stand out? Well, the key to this is just be the most genuine, authentic, wonderful person you can be, and people will start coming to you. So that, this got me thinking this morning about our business as real estate practitioners. We're no different, if you think about it, than the gardener who might come to clean your yard and do your yard, or the maid who cleans your home. We're all doing the same kind of thing. How does a gardener extend their business? How does a person who cleans your home expand their business? They're all the CEO of their own business. They're trying to grow their business. What do? They try, in my opinion, the people Diana and I work with for our own home, they're wonderful people. They befriend us. They talk to us. We like them, and we try and get them more business because we like them. That's the same thing we're all doing. But if you think about it, there's no difference. They're running their own businesses, and they're trying to grow their businesses. The big difference, though, is opportunity. Opportunity in real estate is unlimited. Opportunity in house cleaning and things like that is pretty limited. You're making $20 an hour if you're lucky. So we're all in a business that has amazing opportunity. How are you working every day to maximize your individual opportunity. Which leads me to a really important question I want all of you to think about. What attracts people to you? What about you? Will people say, oh my God, I really like that person? When someone comes to your open house and they've been to 10 other open houses that day, what about you will have them say, I really liked Blake. There was something about him, as an example, that made me really want to spend time chatting with him. And he's the agent I want to choose because he wasn't selling to me, or whatever it happens to be. You need to maximize your attractive qualities. And if you're lacking attractive qualities, you need to find ways to gain more attractive qualities. So think about this. This is a horrible thing to pretend, but let's say you passed away. If you could be a fly on the wall at your own funeral, what would people be saying about you? Would they be saying to you, oh my God, we'll use me again as an example, Blake was such a great guy? Or would they be saying, I liked Blake, but he was kind of an a-hole? So, you need to make sure that you realize everyone you meet has an impression. Are you maximizing that opportunity to be a great person? I know I forget this sometimes, and I don't do enough of maximizing my attractive qualities. So all of us need to work together to make sure we maximize ourselves and be the best that we can possibly be. And in some respects, it sounds kind of trite, but it's really not. And it goes back to comparing why some agents make money and why some don't. And even the agents that we think are so, plain vanilla, or they're old engineers that are now realtors, if they're doing business, they're clearly attractive to people for some reason. So take them apart, examine them. What are they doing that makes them attractive? Go to their open houses, look at their marketing materials. The key to most of this is, being consistent, making sure that you're the person who's always out there, whether you're doing door knocking or flyers or postcards or whatever it is that you do. You need to do it over and over and over again. There is no wrong in this business. As long as you think through why you're spending money and you think through what you're hoping to accomplish by spending that money, there's always a good reason for it. So hopefully none of you have died on this phone call so far. But again, think about it. What do you want people to say about you? So for me, whether it's a personality flaw or not, I like people to like me. And if 9 people like me and 1 person doesn't, I get focused on the 1 person who doesn't. I've gotten better over the years, and I've told you this before, to not really care about that 10th person and focus on the 9 who like me. Because the reality is I probably can't convert that 10th person. But the 9 people who like me, I need to figure out how to make them like me more. And again, pretty simple. Think about when you're at an open house. You've all done open houses. When you meet somebody, are your first words to them, hey, are you going to buy a house today? Or are you starting a conversation? Are you a genuine person just saying, hey, how's your day going? Oh, did you see the game last night? Oh my God, the weather's hot. You're starting off with a real conversation and not the sales pitch. And, I'll talk about this more in a moment. I'm kind of thinking of this as robot versus real. Who are you? Are you a robot who's repeating scripts? Or are you a real human being that people can connect with? So along with being attractive, it's this ability to connect with people that makes you special. Think about where you connect with people. You can connect with people out at dinner. You can connect with people in the grocery store line. You can connect with people on the beach playing volleyball. There are so many places that you can connect with people. Are you maximizing these connections to turn them into friendships, into business? At the end of the day, I don't think anyone can have too many friends, but our goal is to maximize who we are, maximize our strengths, to build friendships and relationships. Are you doing that? And the reason I keep asking this same question about are you doing it is all of you have come to Diana and myself at some point and said, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know what to do. I don't have any business. Moving forward, if you ask me that question, the first thing I'm going to say to you, what have you done today or this week to extend your business? If the answer, well, I haven't done anything, I really don't want you asking me for help. It needs to be in you. You as people need to be out there saying, I am going to make this business happen. And that's the other key here, is this idea that you are going to make it happen, hell or high water. You are going to maximize your opportunity that's in front of you. So all of us, the places where you can create opportunity, out for dinner, any kind of sporting event, your favorite hobbies, running, hiking. These are all places where you can meet and chat with people. Do it. Get out there. If you're not meeting people, or if you go home and you sit and you watch TV, you are losing opportunity. And the only person you can blame for not having business is yourself. Sounds horrible, but this is the key to it. And, do people like you? If you have a personality flaw where people don't like you, this is probably the wrong business for you. So if this is the business you want to be in, your key is to make sure whatever you do, people like you. Find ways to make people like you. Whether it's through charity or giving, whatever you need to do, find your secret sauce. So, end of the day, do you like meeting people? I hope you do. Do you like being social? I hope you are. Are you listening to people when you talk to them? Or are you just talking and telling your stories first? Our job is to make sure that we listen to what people have to say, and that when we listen, we, I think, create trust. If we're just talking about ourselves, I think it actually hurts us. Think about people you've met who you tell them one thing and right away they're telling you, they're trying to top your story. Do your absolute best never to try and top people's stories. Communicate and be even and fair. Have fun. This came to me this morning that if, in some respects, we keep telling you that you're the CEO of your own business. Well, you're also the chief partier at for me, it's the Blake Club or the Blake Show. I'm the chief guy in charge of the Blake Show. And at the end of the day, I want everyone to have a great time at the Blake Show. So if I were opening a restaurant or a bar or a real estate company, what am I doing to make the Blake Show the best it can possibly be? What am I doing to make sure people will join my club? Think about clubs out in the real world. How do clubs get people to come to their venues? What are they doing to get people to come and say, oh my God, this club in Hollywood is great? Well, there's the same things you can do. Flyers, word of mouth, great talent coming to the show. All these things are happening to make people come and enjoy that venue. Restaurants, word of mouth, flyers, advertising. There's no difference here. You need to think about your business and how you can grow it, how you can get people to talk about you as an individual and how great you are. Are you being authentic and real when you meet people? It's such an easy thing to do, and I think overall we forget to be doing it. It's really kind of shocking that for the opportunity we have, the amount of real estate that sells here in the South Bay, or Los Angeles for that matter, how little business we actually create for ourselves, whether it's 4 deals a year, or 5 deals a year, or 20 deals a year. We all have the opportunity, I think, to do 20 plus deals a year. If we were all firing on all our cylinders and being the best we could be, there is no reason why we all can't be making a fortune in real estate. And if we're not making a fortune in real estate, we're all doing something wrong. And we talked about the idea of telling stories in real estate and not just selling. There's this expression in real estate which is, are you selling or are you telling? And telling is telling a story about who you are, the story about the property you're selling, the story about your open house. You're telling a story about why you are great. You're telling a story about the property that you're at, why it's great. You're telling a story about the home you're selling, why it's great. These are things people remember. If you just tell people facts, anybody can tell people numbers. Not everyone can tell people a story about a property that will turn them on and make them want to buy it. Stories can be about the neighborhood, about the schools, about the life they'll have on the roof deck or the life they'll have living next to the beach. These are the stories you're telling. And listen to people and watch their eyes, watch their body language, and know when you're boring them. If you're boring them, you need to know when to change gears quickly and move into something that might interest them more. So again, robot or real. Always be real. Robots are people who follow scripts. Robots are people who have read something online and are just reciting it. People never respond well to robot. What is the magic in what you do? So we keep using all these kind of common words, magic and power and imagination, authenticity. Well, they're all important words because they're power words that kind of make you alive and real. The best agents have an X factor. Clearly, there's something about the individual agent who's amazing. And every now and then, there's a new agent who, as we've talked about, who will sell 4, 5, or 10 homes in their first year. And we look at them and say, oh my God, how did that guy or that girl sell 10 homes so quickly? Well, they have it. They may have a good family connection, but that's not enough. I think they still have to be that special person. They need to have that special X factor that makes people like them and trust them and be willing to use them as an agent. So I think all of you should look to those newer agents who are kicking ass, meet them, talk to them, ask them the question, what are you doing that makes you have all this business? Go to lots of brokers opens, go to open houses. Are you all doing enough to grow your business, to be better at what you do? Are you all thinking every time you wake up in the morning, how am I going to make business happen today? What are people thinking of you on their first impressions? Again, open houses. When you meet them anywhere, what is their first impression of you? Are you thinking through, if you go out into the world and you miss an opportunity because you look like crap or you are hungover, who knows what it is? Those are your first impressions. And the old saying is you only have one chance to make a first impression. And who knows how much opportunity we all lose by not being our best as often as we can be. Think outside of the box in everything you do. If you see one person doing it one way, how can you do it better? Go beyond. Be great. And also, try to be friends with people you really like. When you meet somebody, if you really like them, how do you befriend them and bring them into your life? Surround yourself with people who are great. You are your friends. So if you surround yourself with a bunch of drunken partiers, you're a drunken partier. If you surround yourself with a bunch of wealthy, smart people, well, that's your new opportunity. So you have a choice who you surround yourself with. If your day in, day out peer group are people who don't have money, I think it's almost impossible for you to make money in real estate. So if you don't already have that wealthy group, figure out how you're going to upgrade your friends in your group. Doesn't mean you need to abandon your current friends. It just means you need to add to your group. It's easy for all of us, as you know, I said in the beginning of this call, for us to find coal. The hard part is finding the actual diamond. But it does happen. Consistency is your key to finding diamonds. They're out there. There's diamonds littered everywhere. Even if you use the analogy of gold up in gold country, every time we think there's no gold left in the Sierra, suddenly you hear about somebody who found a new gold vein because they were looking and looking and looking. That's called prospecting. Prospecting comes from looking for gold. The prospectors know it's out there somewhere, and they search and they search and they dig and they dig. The same job we have. We know the gold is out there. We know the diamonds are there, and we need to dig and dig and dig. How are you self-promoting yourself on a daily basis? We talk about social media tools. We talk about what you need to do daily to get out there in the world. Are you doing it? From what I've seen, we have only 1 or 2 agents out of 20 now who are really using social media to really do a good job of promoting themselves. But social media is just one tool. Are you doing a great job of promoting yourselves on all fronts with your friends? Are you making flyers to promote yourself? Are you sending out advertisements? The funny thing about good agents versus great agents, I can sell one home and I can maximize that one home sale by showing it 10 different ways. So people think I've sold 10 homes. What we tend to do is we sell the one home and we say, oh, just sold, and that's what we do. So now I've shown one house and people say, oh, look, Blake sold a house. The reality is find a way to make people think, whether you change the photography or the message or whatever you need to do, you want people to think you sold 10 homes. You can't lie in your advertising, but it's marketing. Find a way to maximize everything you do so people think you're busier than you are. And it's not faking it till you make it, it's marketing. It's creating the story you want to tell about yourself, and you want people saying to you, oh my God, you're so busy. If you look on Facebook or any one of these social media tools, there are certain agents you would think they're doing 100 deals a year because of all the things they say. But when I pull them up and look them up through the MLS, 2-3 deals. But my God, they do an amazing job of telling their story and making you think that they are rock stars. Find your inner rock star. Can you do it? Can you find that rock star that makes people think you are the biggest and best agent going? You need to be bigger than you are. Hopefully that kind of change in direction for how we market ourselves will help you all realize that one sale, one lease, whatever you do, make sure you maximize. Always say it 3 times. Maximize. Consistency. Thumbs up all the way along. And let's talk now about branding. So we already talked about making people think you're busy. We're also doing more than selling. You need to brand yourself like crazy. What does that mean? Well, there's branding you, there's branding your business, there's branding your listings, there's branding, everything about you can be branded. And what does branding really mean? It doesn't mean a logo. It doesn't mean just putting out a picture of you. It's making a theme that you're always going to use. So peer-to-peer brokers, what is our brand? I think our brand are the vivid colors, our logo, Diana and myself, we're the brand. And when people see our bright colors and they see the logo, they remember it. And it's a package. All of our marketing is consistent, and it has been 90% the same style for the last 6 years. That's what you need to do. You need to create a look in what you do, so when you hit people over and over and over again, they start to recognize your look. The best agents have a look. Think about the consistent agents that we've talked about. Igor up in Palos Verdes and Hollywood Riviera, or Ellis Posner, or Hoffman Murphy team. They have a very particular look and they're consistent with it. Do the same thing for yourself. Whatever you choose to do, I'm not going to correct you. Start doing it and do it over and over again and evolve how you work with things. And because we're in business together, we all need to think about spending money. This is a business. You cannot succeed in any business without spending money. You need to be smart about how you spend your money, but you need to spend money. If you aren't thinking like an entrepreneur, if you're not thinking about how to grow your business and not laying out some sort of budget for yourself, again, it might be time for you to think about a different business. This is a business and it takes money to grow your business. Time, effort, and money. Without those three ingredients, your business will not grow. So as the CEO of your business, if you really can't do it, maybe it's time you work for someone else who does all that hard work and you can just focus on doing what they tell you to do. For me, being my own boss is the most important thing about this business. Doing what I want to do and growing the business where it's on me, that's what I love. So if you're not willing to fail and learn and grow, again, maybe the wrong business. You need to do all the hard things, and sometimes you get kicked in the butt and sometimes you don't. But you learn, you fail, and you move forward. And I'm a firm believer that everyone around you, overall, even the other agents, want you to succeed. If you need help, ask for help. Everyone has a different approach, a different idea on how you can work. Ask successful agents what they do for their marketing. Ask them, and they will answer you. I don't know of any agent who isn't helpful. Now, if you suddenly are kicking ass, they might not be as helpful because they'll start getting jealous. But overall, agents want to help you. If you're not asking questions, I don't think you can move forward. So in wrapping this call up, since it's now 10 o'clock, I want you all to come to terms with, how are you unique in a world of thousands and thousands of realtors? What are you doing that makes you different? Open houses. We know of an agent in north of Montana in Santa Monica. She puts out 25 signs for every open house. That's pretty unique. She stands out like crazy. She has a great business. We talked about open house signs a few weeks ago, and I think most of us put out 4 signs, 3 signs, 5 signs. It's not enough. If you want to stand out and tell people why you're different, I think that's amazing. If you're the person known as the open house guy or girl who puts signs out, I think it's great. Oh my God, you put out so many signs, I can't believe it. Yeah, that's what I do. It's your job. If you think of it that way and it differentiates you, make sure you have 25 open house signs. Make sure you have great marketing at your open houses. Make sure you have great marketing before open houses. You go door knocking to 100 neighbors. Just let them know you have an open house coming. There's all these things you can do, and there are no wrongs. There's being busy and being smart, but if you have no business, you need to do everything. So that's what I have for the day. Hopefully you'll start thinking about how to find diamonds, and if you have any questions, I'm available later for phone calls. Diana, any comment from you?
Yes.
Diana she could have said it. We'll see you here on Wednesday at 9:30. Please come. We have the new office that is similar to the old office, but much, much better. So we look forward to seeing all of you and seeing how we can make 2018 the year where we all are real estate rock stars. Take care, everybody.